Hey everybody, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev, Sunday Night Lives. I'm so glad that you're here. We're gonna start in 3 minutes. Just giving everybody 3 minutes to pop on before I get started. Hi Charlene. Hey Charlene, Sue called me and she's gonna fix my daughter's jacket. So thank you so much for reaching out to her. She's so sweet. So I will see her tomorrow. Okay, so warm day today, mostly housework and grocery shopping and things like that. Uneventful Sunday, but a nice Saturday. Visited, my cousin came over. A nice Friday, as you all know, I had a class. Hi Louise, hi Bev, welcome everybody. So I hope you had a nice weekend too. And then a great week coming up. I have on Friday night, a group of us that graduated together are getting together downtown Tracy. Hi Cookie. And then on Saturday, the same group plus a few more. Well, plus and minus a few more. So I get to go to both because my husband's gonna watch my mom on Friday and my daughter's gonna watch my mom on Saturday night. So Ken and I can both go on Saturday. So that'll be fun. Hello, Carol. Schaefer, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for showing up all the time. I really appreciate you, Carol. Not much else going on. I made this card for tonight that I absolutely love. It was one of those moments where things just kept rolling off my back, and I loved what I landed up with, and I sure hope you guys do too. I'm very excited. I couldn't wait to show you, actually. Hi, Susan. Could not wait to show you. So I hope you love it as much as I do. Hi, Annie, because if you don't, I'll be sad. It's okay. It's okay if you don't. I just love it so much. It's totally my style. It's a cute stamp set, but I've turned it into a very pretty card, I think. I hope you like it too. And then I'm going to show you a little technique. So it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to turn you down and we're going to get started right on time. All right, let me turn you down. And get you going the right direction. Okay. So just my little introduction in case you're new. You're here at Stampin' All Day with Bev on Facebook, stampinalldayWithBev.com. I am your host. Hi, Michelle. My name is Beverlee Morales, and I live in Tracy, California. This is my host code for the month, so if you'd like to place an order with me, you can do that. You can shop with me at beverleestamps.stampinup.net. Excuse me. Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? Oh, swallowed wrong. So it's going to take me a minute to get my voice back. Oh, I hate it when that happens. If you need to get a hold of me, the fastest way to do it is by email. And there is my email there. I have water here and I drank some, but it's going to take a minute for that throat to clear up. Does that happen to you often? Oh my goodness. I took a breath and swallowed at the same time, I guess. And you know, hi Debbie. So, just a little mention of Perfect Partners. You guys all know what that is. However, if you don't, if you're new here and you don't, just ask me about it and I'll be happy to fill you in. And also, I hope you registered for World Card Making Day. Even if you don't know if you can make it, it's going to, you're going to be able to watch it again. And they're going to record it, so you could go back and just watch the fun if you can't participate. But if you want more information on that, let me know. It's going to take me a minute to clear my throat. Oh my goodness, I think there we got it. I got some snail mail from my dear friend Joyce, Joyce and Jill want to come and stamp with me as soon as they get everything settled. Some things have been happening. So as soon as they're settled, they're going to come stamp with me. But let me show you what she sent me. Look at this card. It's absolutely beautiful. I do not have this die, and now I want it after seeing this beautiful card. It's lacy to me. Of course, it's seashells, but very lacy to me, very dressy, very pretty. Thank you so much, Joyce. I absolutely love this card. It's stunning. And we have a winner for the card, Little Cottage, that I made last week. And I'll let you know who that is. My sweet husband got my printer working. He got new ink, got it all set up. So I was able to print out Thompson Kennels. So, hi, Carol. So Thompson Kennels, when you see this, if you watch tonight or if you watch the replay, please send me your address so I can write it down in my little address book for my followers, and I can send you this card in the mail. All you have to do is comment, or I see your name if you show up, if your name pops up, and you're entered into a drawing to possibly win the card that I made the following week, or the past week. This is the prize for September. It is basic white note cards and envelopes. So if you place an order with me, no minimum, any order at all, you will be entered into a drawing to win this prize. So one person will win it, and if it's you, I will get it to the mail, or if you live close, I will drop it off to you. Hi, Sharon Buckner. Okay, so what am I using today? I said it was cute, and it surely is. It's Happy Hedgehogs. You can find that stamp set on page 60 of the annual catalog, and the matching coordinating punch on page 154. It punches out the hedgehogs. Now, if you want to stamp the hedgehog, it will punch this one out. It will not punch this one out. And if you want to just use cardstock, you can look on page 60, and there's some samples, and it shows you can use cardstock, 2 different colors, and build your hedgehog with the punch, and then his eye and his nose. It's just absolutely darling. Then there's a butterfly and a bird and some sentiments. It's a super, super cute set. Hi, Roz. Hi, Pamela. I'm also going to use limited edition. You can find this stamp set on page 119 of the annual catalog. And I'm just going to stamp on the back of my card when I'm all done, just to let the person know that receives this card that it was hand stamped, or that it's a paper hug, a limited edition, whatever you want to do. And if you want to sell your cards, you put the copyright symbol on the back and you're ready to go. Hey, Joyce. Just talking about you a minute ago. All right. So I said I was going to show you a technique. For the technique, you need to use the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus will be found on page 147 of the annual catalog. It comes with 2 of the acrylic pieces, and the magnets, and the foam backing. It does not come with this grid paper. It is available to purchase, but I added grid paper to mine. And for this technique, you will also need the silicone craft sheet, and that is the code number for this. Hi, Deborah. So I'm just going to leave those together until I get busy using it. This is one of my favorite, all-time favorite dies and folders. It's called Bouquet of Love Hybrid Embossing Folder. And the Bouquet of Love dies, there is the code number there. They are both in the annual catalog as well, though. So you can find them there. I think everything I've made, hi Marcia, with that folder and those dies has been super, super elegant and beautiful. You just can't go wrong. I'm going to use the little blender pens just to make one of the hedgehog's cheeks rosy. Of course, we always need our snips, our bone folder, our Tombow glue, our dimensionals, and our mini glue dots. So those are here next to me. On this card, I think I'm going to add the rustic metallic adhesive dots. But on my sample, I used the Garden Gems. and I'm going to tease you today, and I'm going to just put this card together, and you're going to watch. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Janine. And see how it all comes together. I use Versamark ink, Soft Suede ink, Coastal Cabana ink, and Flirty Flamingo ink. Okay. I'm also going to emboss the little butterfly in the stamp set using gold embossing powder, and this is my tray to catch all the powder, and my embossing buddy to take the static off my paper before I emboss. And my heat tool. Heat tool right here. That might be an old page number, I don't remember, but the heat tool is in the catalog. Okay, where do I start? Let's start with the technique. So that means I have to bring out my Stamparatus. And what I did was I mounted my little hedgehog on the acrylic flap of the Stamparatus. Hi, Julia. And I'm going to work from this bottom left corner. I have a piece of scrap cardstock. Thanks for sprinkling, Roz. And I'm going to take my stamp set, one of the two that I'm using, and put it underneath the acrylic arm, just so when I put pressure, when I put ink onto my hedgehog, my acrylic arm is staying level and will not be at an angle with no support, so no chance of cracking. Okay, I always just worry that if you press on this without any support, you could damage it. All right, this is the soft suede ink that I'm using for the hedgehog. So I'm just opening that up. And this acrylic arm that I'm calling on the Stamparatus is really like your Stampin' Block. If you've never seen the Stamparatus before, you might be saying, what the heck is that? It is just like a block. It's where you put your stamps to use the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus is a precision placement tool. So wherever you have your stamp and you bring the arm down and it hits the paper, you are going to hit precisely that spot every single time you stamp. Now see there, this did not come out all the way. So the good thing is that I can re-ink this image up again and stamp it again and go right over the same spot and take away my error and have him completely stamped. Now I'm going to go to my punch. Let me see, I didn't cut this out right. Let me get some scissors here. Okay, so I almost choked myself. Now my nose is running. So sorry for the sniffles if you hear me. Okay, so I'm just putting the paper, the hedgehog, into the punch. And I'm going to line it up best I can. Now, because my paper is the same width as my punch right now, let me show you a little trick. I'm going to take a scrap piece of cardstock. I'm going to make an extension arm. Put a mini glue dot there. Attach it to the hedgehog, and then I have a handle where I can maneuver better into my punch. See that? How my handle is letting me hold on to things better. And then I can punch. Okay, so my little hedgehog is ready. Now, I want a hedgehog. I want another one, but I don't want him going in this direction. I want him going in the reverse direction. So, this is where your silicone craft mat comes in. Now, we all know that silicone craft mats are meant to use underneath your work whenever you're putting adhesives on your work, because adhesives will not stick to this. You can peel them off and it won't make a mess on your desk. So this saves you from a lot of headache with adhesives. But right now I'm going to leave my hedgehog there, not put my paper in yet. I almost did, but I'm not going to do that yet. And I'm going to put my stamp set back underneath my hog, underneath the arm, and ink it up again. And if you wanted to, you could use a darker brown, because when you do this technique, the image sometimes is lighter than the original image. So I'm going to stamp him onto the silicone craft mat. Then I'm going to take my paper, put it right on top of where I just stamped, and then I'm going to push down again. And now my hedgehog is going in the opposite direction. And it's a little lighter. So see what I mean about you can use a darker color if you want it to be darker like this one. Or you could stamp it over and over again. I am having her stay light because this is a her and this is a him. Okay, so that is called reverse image. So if you didn't know how to do that, now you do, and it's a ton of fun. You can reverse images on a lot of things. So now I'm going to fussy cut this out, but just to save you guys a little bit of time watching me do that, I've already cut one. I just want to show you how on the back of the hedgehog, I move the paper fairly quickly to get that jagged edge that the hedgehog has like this. Okay. All right, so I cut one out already just to save a little time. So now I have two hogs. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. And now I am going to go with my cardstocks. I need 3 pieces. Hi, Roseanne. 3 pieces of the 4 by 5 1/4. 1 regular piece of cardstock for the card, which measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So that's 1 piece of cardstock cut in half, folded, and that's the base. I need a 3 by 3 piece of gold foil, a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 Coastal Cabana cardstock, scrap Coastal Cabana to use with my dies, the little flower dies in the die set with the Bouquet of Love die set, all these little flowers. I cut them all out. So you see them there, they're ready to go. I use the heart in the die set on white cardstock. And I use this die in the die set, hi Donna, to cut out this one here. Okay, I'm going to start by stamping the heart. I love this card so much, ladies, that this 1, 2, 3, the one I'm making now, and then I have 2 more packets ready to make 2 more of them. I think they are just adorable. So what I'm looking for is my little butterfly stamp that comes in the stamp set. Hi, Glinda, welcome. And my Versamark ink, my embossing buddy. I just rub it across the cardstock to take any static electricity that may be on the paper away. I'm going to open up my gold embossing powder. Take my butterfly, turn on my heat tool just so it starts heating up. And I'm going to stamp a butterfly over on the left-hand side of the heart. I know you can't see that. Versamark is a clear ink. You can kind of see it. It's a sticky, wet ink that is meant for embossing. I'm going to throw the embossing powder over. Now you can see the butterfly very well. Flick off any excess. Put this all back in my little spout. Bring my bottle back over. Unscrew the spout. And and let all the powder drip back into its container for further use. Okay, now I'm going to take the tweezers that come with the embossing tray, hold down my paper, and point my heat tool at the little butterfly and watch her emboss. So pretty. Okay, that's all the embossing, very simple. And I've got my pretty little heart there. Now I'm going to go to my Coastal Cabana ink and the stamp in the stamp set that says, "Finding a friend is the best discovery of all." This is a photopolymer stamp set, so I need my paper piercing mat, and I am going to stamp this sentiment towards the top of the heart. Hold it and lift. Look how cute that is. And then since I have the ink open, I'm gonna take this sentiment. It's so nice of you to be so nice. And I'm gonna stamp that with the same ink onto this little banner here, and I'll have my stamping done. Get this straight. I'm gonna lean up over the camera. It's so nice of you to be so nice. I think that's just so cute. Okay. Now I'm going to put those to the side for a second and take my blending pens. This is the code for blending pens right here. And I am going to take the lighter of the two hedgehogs and take a blending pen. Make sure it's clean. So when you use them with a color, when you're all done, you just run it till it runs clear, and then you know the pen is clean and you can use it with another color. I picked Flirty Flamingo, and I just have a little bit of ink here in the lid, and I'm just going to make a rosy cheek so she can be thought of as a girl. Hi, Irene. Okay, so that's done. The blender pens come as a 3-pack. It's just like this in this case. Okay, so now I am going to take the little flowers that I already cut out, and I'm going to take 2 of the large ones and 2 of the small ones, and I'm going to layer them right on top of each other. I love how they make the die makes the little hole in the middle. And I know I've talked to you guys before about purchasing these round and square brads. They come in black and white and square and round and big and small. So I'm getting low on mine because I do use them a lot. Just push them right down into that little hole, open up the legs, and if you haven't heard me say this before, I love Stampin' Up! Brads because a lot of brads are very, very stiff, and when you go to open up the legs on them, you hurt your fingernails, you hurt your finger, they just won't open, they're just difficult, and Stampin' Up! Brad, the legs on the brads are very, very soft, pliable, flexible, and very easy to use. They even are separated like that, so you can just grab the long leg and pull back without any problem whatsoever. Sounds like a little thing, but if you've ever used the old hard ones, you know what I'm talking about, and you'll love these way better. Okay, so there's those. We're going to go to our mini glue dots. And I'm going to grab a mini glue dot on that one and on this one, press really hard and pull it off, and then I'm going to add that right there, dancing around the D, and one more. Let me see. You know what? I don't want to put these on yet. Not quite yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me pull that back off. This would be easier if I add it in a minute. Okay, so let's just set these aside and I'll add that in a minute. Let's go to my cut and emboss machine. Put all my pieces together so I don't lose any of them. Hello, Anne. And it's set up for die cutting right now. So I have platform 1 and 2 and one of the acrylics, number 3, on there. And my 3x3 gold piece and the large heart from the die set. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to turn it facing me so I can get it right in the middle, as close as I can, and even on both ends, and tape it down and run it through. This heart is darling. It's a beautiful size. It's got stitching, and I just love it. I love the stitching so much that this is the piece I'm going to use, and I will save this piece for another card another day. All right, is there any other die cutting I have to do? Yes, there is. Okay, so let me take away 2 and the 2 3s platforms. Let me put my gold piece with my other pieces. And I'm going to grab my number 4 platform. So now I have platform 1 and platform 4. Okay, so this is a hybrid folder, the Bouquet of Love. And what that means is that it embosses and cuts all at the same time. Yes. So I'm going to take a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white, and I am going to take the heart again. Let me move the machine a little bit. It's taking up too much room for me to show you this good. Okay, so I'm going to open up my folder, and you're going to see that the folder has a heart right in the middle of it that's got a piece in it that's not floral like the rest of it. I'm going to take my heart die and set it in there, and I'm going to have the stitches looking at me and the cut, the part that does the cutting, looking at me. Okay. Then I'm going to take my cardstock and I'm going to place it right over hold it down so nothing moves, pinch it together, and run it through. So see, it's all right there. You can turn it over and look and see that you've got it all good. So I'm going to put these through and run it through. Let's see what magic happened here. A beautiful heart that I'm going to use on the back of my card. And then a beautiful piece that has the heart cut out that I'm going to use on the inside of my card. So let's put this aside too. Now I'm going to take another 4 by 5 1/4, but this time I'm not cutting out a heart. I'm just using the floral background. So I don't need the die this time. Put it back into my machine. and run it through. Okay, so now I have this with the heart still in it. Now I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana, set it in the middle. Try to get that heart as much in the middle as I can, because what I'm looking for is the floral design all the way around the edges. Hi, Rhonda. And I will go through one more time. Okay, so look at how pretty it looks in color. Gorgeous. All right, so let's find all my pieces. Here is my card base. I'm gonna reinforce or burnish the score line with my bone folder, wing it back for my nice seam, flip it around to the inside, and I am going to stick down a liner. Yes, I like to line the inside of my cards, color on color, white on white, and then white or vanilla on cardstocks of, all the other colors, just so you have somewhere to write. But I just think it makes it look so much prettier when you have a lining in there. Now I'm going to go to my front of my card. I'm going to open it up this way. I want everything flat as I work on things, and I'm going to look for the piece that's completely embossed, and I'm going to lay that on the front. Hi, Gabriella. I know I'm holding you in suspense, but I hope it's worth the wait. Okay, so now let's go to the gold heart and the white stamped heart. We're going to actually put this inside the gold heart, just like a puzzle. Now look at that embossed butterfly. Doesn't it look beautiful once you add the foil paper? Now how do you keep that in there like that? Well, you've got a couple of options, but first, before you start putting anything together with tape, we're going to take our hedgehog and we're going to place her in here. She's going to poke out the side. That's okay. We're going to do a little bit of surgery and get her where she needs to be, peeking out under the awl. Okay, so now I want her right there. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue. Remember, the glue stays wet for a little while, so you can just move it around when you need to. And we're going to put that back together with her poking out. Get this heart even. There we go. And then I'm going to, I think last time I used dimensionals, but this time I'm going to use a piece of tape and see how it looks good. All right, so I can finish taping that down. I can do my surgery, my little snips, over to the back side of the 3x3 gold and snip that off so she looks like she's just peeking through the window. Then you're going to take him. Hi, Jan. And you're going to put dimensionals on him. Thank you for the hearts. You're starting to see the cuteness. Okay, we're going to flip him over. And he's looking at her. And he's saying, finding a friend is the best discovery of all. Now we're going to put this down on the Coastal Cabana floral piece. Thank you, guys. Yay! And we're going to set that down. Now we're going to take those two little flowers, as if it isn't stinking cute enough, right? I'm going to add this flowers there. Thanks, Deborah. Then we're going to come over to the front of our card. And we're going to put dimensionals behind the Coastal Cabana square. That's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. The gold is 3 by 3. So let's put these on the corners here. Flip that around. Set it down. I'm going to use Pool Party sheer ribbon. And I'm going to take 32 inches, might be too much, but I'm going to make sure I have enough to double this ribbon. I love fluffy bows. Yeah, I think that was a little bit much, Bev, but oh, it's okay. And make a bow. Pull it really, really tight to get a nice knot in the middle, and then pull the legs to get that apart, and then pull the loops to get those apart. Pull and pull the loops to get them apart, and then cut the legs at the length you like. So you could have went like 25 inches probably. Okay, so we're going to add this. I'm going to keep playing with my bow till I like it. And then I'm going to add mini glue dots behind the knot. Where did they go? There they are. And for my ribbon, I always use 2, even though these dots are very, very strong. So darn cute. Thank you, Marcia. And set it right there. Push down, and now I can grab the loops and pull them apart to have a fluffier bow. See that? And then you can pull the legs and cut them the length to fit the card. But this is not all. So we still have these 2 pieces, right? So let me get my cutting tool. Let me move my little card out of the way. Get my cutting tool. And for this part, you're going to need your scoring blade. Now on your cutting tool, the scoring blade is the light blade, the cutting blade is the dark blade, and this channel is where you're going to make your score line or your cut line. So I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to place the end of my 4 by 5 1/4 piece, embossed piece, at the 1/4 inch mark on my right. So it has the 1/4, the half, the 1 on the right and the left, so it's easier for you when you're creating things. You have a choice. I'm going back and forth to get a really good score line right there. Because it's embossed, I want a really good score line. And by the way, I didn't mention that the hybrid folder, because it cuts and embosses it at the same time, your embossing is beautiful, as if you just embossed it. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can emboss a piece of cardstock and then run it through the cut and emboss machine again to cut out using a die, and then this is smashed a little bit. It's not as prominent and beautiful as it is right now. So the hybrid folders really make it nice, so you can do the cutting and the embossing all at once, and everything is as beautiful as it should be. Okay, so now I'm putting I folded this score line towards me, and I'm adding some glue on just the 1/4 inch line there. This is where you should have your silicone mat. It's on my Stamparatus. Where's that at? Right here. So because I have glue here and I have a score line, I want my silicone mat under me, so if I get glue anywhere, it won't hurt anything. And I'm going to go back to my card. Let's see, let's do it this way. Open it up. Remember, it's already lined, so you can write your message there. And you're going to take that 1/4 inch score line that I just put glue on, and you're going to lay it on top of the lining of the card, so you have like a little book, and they can open it up to read your message. I just love this idea. Going to take it's so nice of you to be so nice. Again, my mini glue dots, and I'm going to put one at the end and one on the other end, and I am going to lay this right across the bottom of the heart, just to add a little bit more interest to what I'm calling my storybook page. I just think it looks like a little book. I want a little bit more fancy pants, so I'm taking my Take Your Pick tool and my rustic metallic adhesive backed dots, the smallest one, and they're metallic, rustic metallic, but I think it's close enough to gold, or you could add white pearls, or you could add the flowers, the little flowers, whatever you want to do. But I think, like I said, I'm making 5 of these so far. I might make more, because I think that this little card is going to melt somebody's heart when they open it and see the love you put into your creation. Now, we had this little piece left. I think it's absolutely stunning to put it on the back. So again, we're going to open this up flat. I'm going to go to my stamp set, and I think I have, let me see, which one did I pull out? I think I pulled out the Stampin' Up. I did. Okay, so let's say you wanted to sell this. You could put this heart. Now, who would not want to buy this card? You could put this heart down. I would sell this for $5. Save up your money and buy more stamps. Ink up your copyright Stampin' Up! Or any of your other stamps that come in the limited edition set, and stamp the back so your recipient knows that it's a one-of-a-kind creation, or is handcrafted from the heart, or made with love, or just for you, or whichever. Okay, so now what did I do? At the very end, I do a halo. Yay, mamacita, no. Not gonna work for me. Okay, so where are my brads? There they are. We think quick on our feet. Let's see if that'll cover it. It will. So they're going to say, oh, she even put a flower on the back. Well, yes, she did, but she only did because she made a boo-boo. But I'm glad it happened, so you can see that you don't have to get upset. You just stamp something else over it, or lay a little die over it, or whatever works at the time for whatever little problem occurred. Okay. Ta-da, they'll never know. They just think I'm super fancy. This is so adorable. Cutest hedgehogs ever. Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. I'm glad you like it. I think this card is absolutely adorable. I really, really do. Could you use your extra heart on the inside for a gift card? You certainly could. Now you're talking about the gold one? Yes, you certainly could. You could use this anywhere or for a whole different card, whatever you want to do. These are so awesome. Now I want to show you another version. If you want to add more ribbon, before you put the white down, you add ribbon across and then your bow, but everything else is the same. Oh, no, it's not. I used these embellishments this time. Just wanted to show you that. And if you don't have the hedgehogs yet, and you just want to make a wedding card, an engagement card, something like that. Now look at the other way you could use the Stampin' Up. Put that right on a die. And the die is also Bouquet of Love die set, this little one here. So this is what it looks like right here. So the Stampin' Up copyright has its own little die to put it on. And look how cute. This one has the gold pearls. So you could put this back in the window if you wanted to. Now how you would glue that in, I don't know. Unless you put another whole piece behind this too. So let me see this. There you go. If you like that. Hey, it's an idea. Cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's what I call serendipity. All right, so I hope you guys liked the cards. I fell in love with it. It made me simply smile all day the day I made it. I kept coming out and looking at it and saying, if that is not the sweetest darn thing I've ever seen. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I've got 2 more of these to make. Well, actually, I've got 3 more to make because somebody's going to win this card. So make sure you've left a comment if you're here. Make sure I've seen your name if you're here because you do want to get in the drawing. So if you win this card, I can send it to you. Okay? I thank you for all the hearts, my friends. Let me show you the inside in case you just got here. Little storybook. That's what I'm calling it, a storybook card. So if you have these dies, you can make a storybook card and use whatever embellishments you want to. All right, ladies, you have a nice week. I will see you Tuesday at 2. Until then, good night.